Okay, so I'm sure all of you wake up in the morning, you get dressed really fast, you stop at 7-Eleven, you get coffee for the morning, you're like, oh, well, while I'm here, might as well get a soda for lunch, and oh man, that chocolate bar looks so good. And then throughout the day, you get a headache, you take some aspirin. How much caffeine have you consumed today? So, out of the 19 of us, 12 of you took my survey, and 9 of them said that they consume caffeine weekly, 7 daily. So that's a lot of caffeine that we're all intaking, whether or not we know it. I'm sure that more of us intake it daily, we just don't realize it. After listening to my speech, you'll be able to realize the effects that caffeine has in your body. And through this, we need to know what caffeine is, where it is found, and then whether the effects are positive or negative. So what is caffeine? According to an article the FDA posted in fall 2007, it is a natural substance that's found in plants like cocoa beans and coffee beans. But then according to the Mayo Clinic in March of 2011 that they posted, it's a central nervous system stimulant, which means that it kind of goes up your spine and affects your brain, which is obviously why we get all hyper and rushed up and everything when we drink caffeine or eat caffeine. Caffeine is found in many common food and drinks, as we can see, soda. There's a lot of different, okay, well let's go to food first. Chocolate. It's in chocolate a lot. I didn't really realize this, but a few weeks ago, I was fasting sweets for 21 days, and I was getting such horrible migraines. I couldn't even do daily things. I've been in an indoor drum line, and I couldn't sit through rehearsals. I had to leave because I was getting sick, and it was horrible. And then I was telling somebody about my fasting, and they asked if I started getting headaches because of the lack of caffeine. So I was like, oh yeah. So that's what made me get really interested in the subject. And it's because I love chocolate. I don't drink soda, I don't take a lot of aspirin, but I love my chocolate. I wake up in the morning, I get a Kit Kat bar, and I don't drink soda, I don't drink caffeine or anything like that, but chocolate is my thing. So as you can see, there's a lot of caffeine in certain things, especially, it's not on here, but dark chocolate. There's a lot of caffeine in dark chocolate. A lot of caffeine in dark chocolate, and as you can see in unsweetened chocolate. To put this in perspective, the recommended daily amount is 200 milligrams a day, and if that's just in a little piece of chocolate alone, a 1 ounce piece of chocolate, then you can only imagine what the drinks are like. Let's look at a Monster energy drink. 160 milligrams of caffeine in one drink. And then it's also in tea, which is, I'm sure we all know that, but even in decaffeinated tea, there's 5 milligrams of caffeine. So it's kind of hard to get away from caffeine if you're drinking these kind of things, like anything besides water and juice, I guess. And then one thing is non-prescription drugs is also in, so Excedrin and Midol and other pain relievers. There's a lot of caffeine in those things, which is bad because we all get headaches. We all have those aches in our ankles or whatever, and it's oh, let's just pop two Excedrin and get rid of that migraine. And that's what I was doing, and I was getting my caffeine intake, I guess. That's what made my headaches go away. But as you can see, that's another, if you're adding this up right now, how much you had today, or if you realize later I was going to take some aspirin because I know that I'm going to have a headache or whatever, then you realize how much caffeine you're taking per day. Effects it has on the body. Caffeine, it makes you get dehydrated a lot faster, which is why they don't recommend drinking soda before sports events or rehearsals or practice or anything, because you just get really dehydrated very fast, and you also become dependent on it. So like I said, when I stopped eating chocolate, I started getting headaches, or I sleep patterns get all out of whack because you're used to like staying awake, but then if you don't eat chocolate, you're like tired all day, so you nap during the day, but then you're up all night. And it also affects your heart, your heartbeat, and your blood pressure as well, because the caffeine is just getting you like all pumped up, ready to go, and then like all of a sudden, like your heart beating is really fast. So yeah, that's caffeine. In review, we know that caffeine is a central nervous system stimulant. That's a natural substance, but is manually put into other things. It doesn't naturally grow in Monster. There's also a lot of food and drinks that, and non-prescription drugs that we consume daily, maybe we didn't realize had that much caffeine. It also has a lot of negative effects on the body that can affect you daily. And in closing, I'm not telling you guys to give up your beloved coffee or my lovely Kit Kat bar in the morning. Just realize what works for you. Like, if you feel these effects after eating 300 milligrams of caffeine, then cut back a little, maybe feel better. But it depends on each person, and it's better to live your day without a crash and burn at the end.